definitely. I mean, it's always been our intention to get, our bits and pieces all in place. So all our audience, users, collectors out there get notified much earlier. And I think we're starting to get a bit better now. I mean, our marketing's been coming out a bit earlier.
It has.
And this is really all pending on the licensors, really. Every word, every paragraph we put together in our video or our social, they all do need to get approved. So, it's been a good year. I mean, we achieved a lot of those. And the quality of the collectible, as you probably have seen,
My
they just
goodness.
get better and better.
Yeah, they really are, to the point where, even just the static ones, before we needed something to be animated just to have that little extra collectability, but now people even, some of them are preferring the static one, just, if it's standing there a certain way. So shout out to the teams that you have creating this stuff now.
Yeah, thank you. I thought the turning point I thought was very good was starting from around Juggernaut.
Yes.
Some of those collectible, with the new teams working on is exceptional. I think the Sabertooth is another. I mean, the realism is just really there. The facials, everything. It's just really good to see that side of our business is doing well. And next year we've got a lot happening. Marketing teams, productions, down to how we scale. I mean, certainly has been a very long, tough year for the industry.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of our peers, closing up or ceasing. That's not a good sign. I think a lot of you guys probably have heard me talk about competitors that they kind of lift the industry up together. So we'll hope next year we'll see some, uptake. If the market recovers a bit better, certainly has been a lot softer than what we were like.
And I've been watching the physical collecting space and seeing the same thing. The content creators there talking about the drop in comic prices and all that. So it is across everywhere. But yeah, hopefully this coming year will be a lot more fruitful. And of course, we know when crypto does well, people have extra money to play with, and it all trickles down to physical and digital. So that should be fun as well.
Yeah. I think the trading card market did exceptionally well, 2024. So, which is good. I mean, from both sports to, just your normal collectible cards and card games had a real good year. I think towards Q4, we're seeing some record pricing in the options, for memorabilia.
Yeah.
Some of the props or apparel that's being used in movie sets went crazy price. So it's really good to see, the collectible industry as overall, there's a lot of uptake and a lot of collectors out there and certainly a lot of money in the industry. And hopefully that will ride through. You see a lot of the first appearance of certain comic book still fetching very good pricing.
Yep.
In the collectible, even trading cards, some of the early cards, sports cards, some of the top baseball players, and we saw that baseball, the 50-50 Shohan ball went for crazy. I can't remember how much it went for. So a few million, at least a couple million.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's always demand for these special one-on-ones. Yeah, and we're paying a lot more attention to it and try to understand that physical space and how VEVE, our business can share some of those. So, and I think 2024, especially around Comic-Con New York, we launch a lot of great products, and we test the market to see what the demand is. And, we saw positive uptake. We saw the thick pin, team collectors coming onto VEVE will want to start encouraging that type of thing. Yeah, so certainly this year has been both, in a good way, that we experiment a lot of new products, and it give us a gauge what we really want to do for next year and coming years.
Could that mean more kind of digital things with like let's say a fig pin?
Yeah, I mean, pin collecting, I've just been overwhelmed how big the pin collecting market is. I mean, you see it throughout every airport, every theme park, the Disney. I mean, the Disney D23 really blew my mind. It's the first time I saw the fandom of pin collecting. It's just overwhelming. It actually got me start collecting pins.
Yeah, actually, a lot of us.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to collect things that's a lot smaller than before, right? Because you just run out of spaces. You go through print. I remember in DesignerCon, I used to, I always say, oh, this is the last one I'm going to get at this show. And you end up with like stacks of them under the bed flattened. But there's just so many great artworks. A true collector will never be satisfied with just one. So it's just keep going. Yeah. And how was your year? Have you had a great year coming towards the end?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, and what you think we did good, we could do better. We obviously part of Ben's job is to gauge the audience from a different perspective.
Yeah.
From our businesses, we want to move away from being purely a founder lead type of organization to really scale this business to a professional, in a way to be more structured and organized.
So I'm gonna let Emoji speak, and then we'll continue.
Yeah.
And you, David, obviously you just let me know how much time you have as we go, so we don't hold you up too long. Emoji?
No problem.
Okay.
Hey, what's up? Because you were talking about as far as with cars, trading cars, trading card games, and the popularity that has kind of been. Is that something that you guys have been looking at? Because that's kind of like one vertical or thing that we don't have right now with trading cards or trading card games. Is that something that you guys have been looking?
Yeah, I mean, it's an area we. I'm a huge believer in trading cards. I mean, I've been selling trading cards since '97, right? I mean, I went through that boom period where every type of things can be a trading card. I remember selling SimCity trading card games in my shop, down to every type of game everyone was coming out. And really trying to understand the trading card market and what makes people want to collect something, not really just for the pure value sake or that fandom, and also the product. How would the product really resonate with our collectors with that digital element in it? We're seeing many car companies out there doing well. It is definitely something I'm very passionate on, and I've been working very hard to navigate, what could be the ideal product that will fit our category. And our category is really, with physical and digital element, and how the best way to use it. And our peers, there's in the same industry have done trading cards with likes in DC. the products are very beautiful. So, we really need to have something that is exceptional for our fandom. And sometimes it's really partnering up with some of the leaders in the industry to make that product. One example, Fig Pin is a product that I really admire. The way it's presented, the packaging. So in the trading card category, we pretty much need to be in that level. And also the subject matter. We couldn't just bring out another trading card that is not really relevant for our audience. So finding something that is hot and people will want will be a key aspect of it. Yeah, but definitely, I've been working on this for the whole, almost it's been back of my mind for the whole entire 2024.
Wow.
Working, talking, researching, looking at manufacturing, down to how the product will be distributed throughout, if it's a retail or if it's a direct to consumer, whether it's a physical first in shop or if it's a digital first, then you can redeem the whole set as a physical. So there's a lot of play around that. And other sides really around the technology and the app capability. You have seen we had to move from a pure Apple, Google app to a web app instant. And that really allows us to open our business to a wider categories and easier to update and so on. But, it comes at a cost. And I think some of our audience have voiced that, whether the app's a bit slower, this needs to be done. And we have a whole entire team. And in fact, the engineer messaged me this morning. They say they're working right through, including Christmas Day.
Wow.
Just to make sure development is continuous, to meet certain deadline for Q1. There's a lot happening at our camp, with Stacker, another amazing partnership, helping us to bridge that Web3 audience, onboarding crypto side. So, VEVE in a way is almost like a multiple moving vehicle at one hit. So, we're never going to get it right the first time. So, and I think I expressed that quite often.
Yep.
In the past, you do need to allow us to have some time to fix things. And you will see a lot better in 2025. One of the things that Dan constantly telling me in our years is that we need to go out with much better product. We can't rush things anymore. We saw the web app went out. One of the major reasons is the evolvable. We really want to get that out of the door, and that came at certain costs. Right? Yeah, and this decisions are not being made lightly, but we were eager and happy to show people the capabilities. And in the same time, we should have came out. We understand we need to come out with a much better product than what we have existing. And the team's just working around the clock, trying to tick all those off. So, it's coming towards the last few days of the year. And when I reflect how much work we have done this year and the obstacle that we go through, I want to thank our audience so much for everything and every support. And, and coming here really to thank everyone. What a great year that you're giving us the opportunity. For those who love, our app, I want to thank you so deeply. Have a great Christmas. I think the tree is a little gesture from us to everyone who love collecting. And for those who hate on us, I still want to thank you guys to have a safe and happy holiday in the way. And hopefully next year, we will be bringing out more features and products that maybe you'll love us again. So keep watching the space. What we have coming.
That's awesome. Before you go, David, Presley here. Presley is a great collector of physical baseball cards and such. So I wanna make sure she gets to say hello to you. What's up, Prez?
What's up? Hi, David. Thank you for taking the time to come chat with us. And Merry Christmas. I was so excited when I saw my tree in my collectible. I didn't know, I hadn't heard anything about it, so I just saw it in there. So I loved it. But I'm really happy to hear that you're talking about doing more phygital. I am a huge physical collector, but the penny black drop really kind of sucked me in because it was a phygital, and I was able to get the full set, which, collectors love getting full sets. So it made me explore the app more. And yeah, just shout out to you guys for what you're doing. And I just look forward to more fidgetals, and the card, because I'm a huge card collector. So hearing that is just amazing. So
thank
shout out
you.
to you guys.
Thanks for that. Penny Black has been, and there's a lot more to come, by the way, on the Penny Black. It doesn't just drop on its own. There's a whole program we're running with that. So stay tuned in that. I mean, some of you may know, I started my collecting journey in stamps.
Yes.
And Penny Black is always one of those holy grail. It took me so long to try to find a partner who can give us that, credibility that to bring such a historical product, nostalgia item out. But you have to watch this space. There's a lot more coming out from with our partnership with Stanley Gibbons, and we have a beautiful program. They love our audience, and in the same time, they're trying to get into the digital and try to attract. And I won't really use the word sunset collectible. I mean, some of those stamps are still going record millions of dollars in auction, but it's really just exposing, that category to a new audience. And stamp collecting is still one of the biggest collectible industry in the world. I mean, you have to think about how many stamps are sold throughout the whole world. So, watch that space. Yeah,
that is
really good.
The good thing about having David you in the space, guys, we'll get a little tidbit of alpha. Nothing crazy, but keeps us very bullish. And I will say, just for anybody who maybe hasn't been around in spaces, to hear Ben Rose said, the power of the community is so crazy. The Stanley Gibbons people, they were shocked at the amount of the amount of feedback they got from the VEVE fam. So that is our superpower, guys. People in the crowd, I just want to remind you guys the importance of showing off something you like, because that obviously helps the company be able to get more of it. And we get to hear that now, because Ben will come in and say what he said. Wow, the people hit him up and they're like, our numbers on Twitter have never been like that. So that is all because of the VEVE fam.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man. Let's go. Is it Nino OMW? Try to keep it quick.
It's Nino.
What's up, Nino? And then OMW.
Hey, David. How you doing, man? It's Nino. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Give love to Dan and Fendi from all of us. Great job with the Evolvables. Ben has been a great acquisition. He has been making rounds doing the Lord's work. So that has been great for the last quarter. I wanted to try to get a little bit of info on the Disney situation with the football. So Disney did a collab with football, and they're going to be all over ESPN. And I was just wondering, would we be able to get some of that traction going forward? Because they got a couple of years and that's going to be
and I take it this is the ESPN acquiring certain rights to air in their channel, right?
correct. Yeah, they're going to be doing the football ESPN collabs. Yeah, Disney.
Yeah, I think I saw that news announcement. Yeah, I mean, we certainly need to start exploring into the sports more. And one of the great thing about the new app, the web app, is that it will allow us to diversify more categories, and that was always been part of the plan. Yeah, I mean, I definitely will make some noise and inquire about the potential if we can move into sports. Some of the difficulties around the sports is to handle the players' likeness. As you know, the talents, the players itself needs to approve.
Mhm.
And then you have the team owners, the franchise sees the actual teams, and the most importantly, you need to get the league itself, the franchisor, to be on board. It had to been a little bit more challenging than we thought, just to get everyone on the roll. But certainly, I mean, 2025 now with the new Ben coming on board, it will allow me to have more time to focus on this aspect of our business. So certainly, I will be doing my best. No promises yet. So, but definitely will be something I'll be working on.
Great. And guys, if you guys want to say anything, just throw it in the comments. I'll give you a shout out. Mr. MC1 wanted me to make sure I say what's up to everybody in here. Said he can't come up and talk. He's in India, but I wanted me to just say hi and Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's go.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man. OMW, go ahead, and then we'll go to Mahalo real quick.
Appreciate you, O'Malley. What's up, David? Hope you've been well, fam.
Yes, been good. I mean, the fourth quarter has definitely been crazy. Yeah, and you've been well yourself?
Yeah, man, I'm surviving, I'm excited for the future of this space, so I am forever bullish on all things VEVE and Web3, so it's hard to keep me down.
Thank you.
My pleasure. But I have something for you. Didn't know if you're willing to accept on this wonderful holiday season. Don't know if you celebrate or not, but I actually have something for you and something for Dan.
Fantastic. Thank you. I mean, but DM me privately, I guess. So, after this, no problem. Thank you for that. That's very thoughtful.
No problem. So it's actually a book on Bitcoin. It's one of the first books on Bitcoin, and I figure since you are a comic book collector, it might be something you might enjoy. And the founder of this project is actually a VEVE community member who became big on Bitcoin a year ago. So I'll shoot that over to you. I can't DM you because Twitter.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can hook you up.
Yeah, that would be good. And I'll be happy. And speaking of book, I see Rudy is listening down there.
Rudy.
Couple of days ago. Thank you for the gift you guys give me and Dan in New York. I think we call it the VEVE annual graduation book. I had the opportunity to flick through it only a couple of nights ago when I was chilling with a glass of whiskey, and there are just so many amazing photos in that annual book. Thanks, Rudy, for giving me that book, that annual book that you guys put together. It's just amazing, I almost have tears coming out seeing some of the photo with laughter. So thank you so much,
let's go, man.
and wish you and family a great holiday season.
Shout out to Rudy, and make sure you say what's up to Tina for us.
Yes.
OGs of the OGs. Let's go to the Comic-Con Don himself, Mr. Mahalo Joe. If you need something at the Comic-Con, you find Mahalo, and he'll find it for you.
I got one more. I got one more follow-up after.
Ah, damn, bro. You can't step on Mahalo's flowers. I got you, MW. Don't worry. Mahalo, what's up, bro? Oh, no. Can you guys hear him?
No, I'm not hearing
No, I
anything.
can't hear
Yeah,
him.
you're rug, bro.
Yeah.
That's an Android.
But yeah, Mahalo, amazing. I think he's the guy who you want to go to.
You see?
If you can't get anything, even I had to go to him.
I know what I'm doing when I give my shout outs, man. Mahalo is the one. If you want to figure something out, he will figure it out.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Now we got you, bro.
How are you, Mahalo?
I am good. Happy New Year's and Merry Christmas to everybody down the listeners as well. David, happy early New Year and Merry Christmas. But yeah, man, I wanted to come up and ask about, I'm sure you've heard of Marvel Rivals, taking the craze and everything with everybody. And the Discord community here is actually embracing it. We're all teaming up and playing. I'm actually playing with some folks on the Discord right now. But I wanted to ask if, do you play the game? Have you played the game yourself? And do you also want to sponsor possibly a team?
Yeah. No, I haven't played the game, but I heard it's been crazy. If I get a chance during this holiday weekend, if I get any spare time, I'll definitely be following up. Yeah, but thanks for the shout out, and I hope business is going good for you this time of the year.
Thanks. It's been slow, but I want to ask also if you think the community could be sponsored in some way, like in esports, or a team from VEVE to basically compete esports wise. What do you think about that?
Yeah, 100%. I'm all around the esports sponsorship. Some of you may have seen. I think early on this year or last year, we sponsored a team that play in the Magic the Gathering, and I think one of the talent that we sponsored become the world champ of first or second, and we're very proud that he was wearing a VB t-shirt representing. So definitely, we should hook up an esports team on this, and I think that will be fun. Definitely.
Yo,
and one last question.
If y'all need a Dragon Ball Fighters person for Evo, hit me up.
Oh, Emoji is really good at fighters.
Stick to rivals. Yeah. Mahalo, go ahead.
Yeah, last question would be, since you guys do have a relationship with Disney and Marvel, have you guys considered possibly doing some of the characters as collectibles for VEVE? Like Jeff the Shark right now is stealing all attention, and it would be cool if you guys could get like a Jeff the Shark collectible and possibly like one modeled from the game.
Yeah, okay. I'll definitely ask around what the possibility that we could use the gaming character likeness to be the same asset. A lot of the asset that you guys see now on VEVE are our concepts now. We used to get models supplied to us through Marvel or Disney. Most of them you probably see today comes from our creative director. And massive shout out to Devin, who came in and helped reshape our entire program. I'll definitely bring it up with him and to bring it in our conversation with our licensor on this one.
Yeah, because this thing has pretty much become like a phenomenon online, so it could definitely do two things: make money for them, but also really hype up the project, which we need that. So that is not a bad one at all. So to make
Definitely.
sure, yeah. Let me make sure we have no comments here. And anybody else here want to say anything, guys? You don't need to ask questions.
Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah, you go. Yep.
So, David, I know you have a pretty big watch collection from back in the day. I'm not sure if you saw what Almanex did recently, where they partnered with Farouk and Jacob & Co. to drop 99 custom one-of-ones with Jacob & Co. for a Fire Watch. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah. No, I haven't. Yeah, but yeah, Jack and Co. Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Need to have a look at it. Yeah. Yeah, we did design some nice watches in collab with some of the watchmakers. So we just need to find the right time to bring them out on VEVE. And some of them look amazing. You know, and one particular looks amazing. And it actually shows the time wherever you are around the world. So if you're in New Zealand, that collectible, when you bring it out, it shows the lifetime.
Wow.
While you, yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, watch is definitely on our horizon. I know there's a lot of physical collectors that we could be reaching out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think cars, the vehicle, the Lamborghinis, the Maserati, the Aston Martin, and I'm pretty sure we have other brands in the horizon that's coming. It has capture a lot of new audience who love cars. So watch, definitely there, sneakers, you know, apparels, you know, once we start moving into the VEVE-verse, eventually the idea is to have the avatars that one day will be able to be dressed with the collectibles and to be that yourself. That's our goal. You know, that it will be some work away. But that's the idea. That's where we foresee that space and that future of that.
Ooh,
that's really dope.
Cool.
I think it would be awesome if you were able to drop that collectible and like have an option to replace your drop timer on the app with whatever IP watch you have on there. Like, just some cool utility.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, thanks for that.
And thank you for the little bit of alpha there, David. God damn. This is it is Christmas then. Actually, this is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff where we thought about, you know, what would be that immersive experience in the future of with these items that you own. Yeah, but yeah, give us some time, though. It's not going to happen tomorrow. So.
Yeah, we know you think. Even Ben was saying today, where he tries to think tomorrow and the next day. He's like, David and Dan are always thinking years from now, where they want to see where this thing goes. So, it's amazing to watch. And actually, I wanted to say, when you're talking about the Bitcoin thing with Mahalo today, Justin was telling us how he wishes, there's 2 times he wishes he listened to you. Of course, many times you gave him good advice. He's a big brother, but he said. One, he told us last time, was the Pokemons, right? When he had to call his mom to try to see if they threw away the Pokemon cards. And the second time he said how early it was when you told him about this Bitcoin thing that you liked and you thought it was going to be the future. And he said, you know, David told me it was so early, like 2009, 10. And I was thinking, he said, buy some. And I said, I'm going to go to the club, you know. So he did tell us today that you told him about that as well, really, really early on, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I took you know, one thing of the advice. It's the world's changing so fast. The innovations out there, you really have to believe in the technology and the way the digital world is happening around us, surrounding us. And some of the thing I told a close friend of mine is that there's going to be the future rich and the future poor. And the future rich I proceed to see is people who will use AI, who really become knowledgeable, savvy around the Bitcoin, blockchain, these type of technology, and really embracing it. The world is moving so fast, and a week ago, I think I was reading around the quantum computer chip that Google's bought out. I think it's called Willow or something. It actually just blew my mind because that is something I thought would not happen for another 50 odd years. So having something out there that can solve a problem that will take a normal average computer sub-trillionaire in a day, it's incredible. And you can foresee how technology is going to advance our human beings' way of working. So the future riches, you can either work very smart with all the technology surrounding you and really embrace it, or you can hate it and you can hate on everything because you missed it. And you completely will be the future poor because you'll be working so hard to catch up with your peer. And using tools, using these things as a tool to help you advance in every possible way is just going to be good for yourself and generation, your kids, they'll be using it.
100%. What's up, Emoji?
And speaking of like leveraging technology, right? I know it's been planned for a while as far as with hardware and hardware integration. I know that, when the Vision Pro did drop, you could use, the VEVE app on it, but it was still very much the mobile version of it, like flat screened. And is there any like works as far as with working with these hardware devices, the Quest, whatever else may come out with Apple, to kind of like give these collectibles more life, where you can kind of decorate your surroundings with them, and it's its own thing as instead of like an extension of the mobile app.
Yeah, 100%. In 2018 or even 17, when myself and Dan we got together and picture where this business will be in 5-10 years time, and it is exactly what you just say. It will be part of that wearable device that you'll see and feel the intangible asset right in front of you, and just to keep in mind, if not most of our collectibles that we have produced are compatible to do that. And that's why our digital collectible takes so long, and the effort and the cost around it. I couldn't give you the exact technical side of it, but we do produce everything in a very high resolution, high poly, and with your mobile phone, there's only limited space and the CPU in your phone, the memory to render these. So eventually, when these wearable devices that will be powerful enough to able to give you that likeness, what a Spider-Man collectible should be, we will be bringing it out. That's all part of our long-term plan, and it's something that I really praise around Dan, is that he thought about this before we even started the business. So everything has been part of that, and one day we will see that junction, like a Y junction, where the two assets will be going into something as powerful as what you mentioned. And once again, an article came out about a week ago around the I think Apple could be bringing out like a AR style of glasses like Meta's Ray-Ban style, very light wearable device. We're really watching that space. Who's going to be the leader? I won't even say anyone will be a leader. I think when the product come out and when people start using it's similar. Everyone's using X now or Twitter, or people using mobile phone, smartphone. It will just happen. That world will just come out, and that's what we're really embracing, that technology. And going back, are we working on it? We're definitely watching it. Ben will be leading a lot of that integration. That will be part of his portfolio of things that he will be taking forward on VEVE to ensure that with technology we're always in the forefront to trial new things. And in past year, there has been a lot of opportunities presented to me, whether collectible is shown on your TV or smart screen. There has been a lot of things people approach and send us deals on, and most of these we're looking at it. But what we as a company, we need to start to think holistically is that we are not just making a product for 1% of our users. We want our users to be using that feature or that function to the extent is, you really need to have a quarter of our users going to use that feature to make it worthwhile, because the amount of resource and money we need to spend to make it happen, we just need to ensure that output. But before, me and Dan would just bring in features that we laugh and we thought would be cool to have. Mm-hmm. But coming up, we want to make sure that our audience understand that we want to bring in good things, but these things take time, so we need to prioritize them, what's important and what's going to be the big thing. But definitely as part of our process, the journey, and Ben's work to do that.
Bullish. Very bullish.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me make sure we don't have any DMs for you, David. Once again, a lot of people are saying Merry Christmas, everyone. So thank you, guys. Oh, okay. Got a great question here from our guy RX. RX is from the comic shop with emoji here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. You come in there, you learn about the new comics that are dropping on VEVE Comics, and it is sponsored, so you can also win something for participating. RX says, I'd love to know if what David thought about Fishmas, of course, with the fishes, and if he had time to participate. It's a can of worms for VEVE, which is this is a really good point.
Yes.
Did you have any time to do this?
The fishes.
Yes, with Brock.
No, I wish I had more time. I need to look into it. I have seen some of the diorama and some of the accessory that came out. Obviously our big part is a major part of our business is all around the creative economy. Mm-hmm. And Brock from the Fishes, we give him that as really a trial to see how that will work with audience. Yeah. Eventually the app, and I think the first thing we will do in 2025 is the comic. I think we did announce the self-publishing type of feature. I can't remember the word that we use. That will be something that we'll be turning on, for the creative economy, that eventually users will be able to come on and get submission themselves independently and create that economy themselves to get their audience on board. So Fishes is a perfect example. A project from a dear friend of VEVE from day one. So we want to make sure that that program does work. But for myself, I have seen it on social. Some of the posts, they are very fun.
Yeah, and you know what? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, they're just funny. Some of the scenes.
And you know what? I think the importance of that is, down the line, if we stay optimistic here, what Brock is doing could be what you guys are able to show bigger IP to say, hey, it is okay to try these things, and look how much engagement it builds, with the collectors of that IP. So I know it'll be very hard to get to Disney and Marvel and all that, but I would love to see Ron and these other guys who are kind of own their own IP be able to jump in a little bit. And we never know what this stuff will turn into. Down the line, someone at Marvel could say, "Hey, this is a really great idea." But shout out to Brock again and everybody in here who's a fiche holder and who participated in the Fishmas thing. It was really great. And David, I'm sure you'll get feedback in your meetings. The amount of people who got involved.
Yes.
Not talking about money, not talking about price go up, whatever. What's the grail? It was all fun. It was all let's just play this thing. Let's try to see who can be on the leaderboard. Want to remind us how important a leaderboard is. We're gonna need that on VV2. But shout out to Stacker. Yep. But it was just awesome to see people just hanging out and going in there, playing along, and just no mention of anything except how fun it was. So Brock is really big on that and on making
100%.
making people appreciate what they're collecting. And I believe someone today ended up with a 1 of 1. There was only one. Oh my gosh.
There's a billboard. I can't remember if it dropped or not. There's a real representation of that same billboard in real life, and in this place. I can't remember where Brock told me.
Oh wow!
Told me early on this year. The billboard with the fishes on is the identical one, or a clone of a physical one in the real world. There's actually that place. If you go to that place, you'll see that board. You need to hit up Brock to tell you that story. That's
incredible.
Brock is somewhat just number one. He's a champion for VEVE.
Yeah.
And when he came up with his around the fishes, and I thought maybe let's get artists to work on it. And we had the first series of the fishes when they came out. There was quite a bit of artists that came in. I think Mombot was one of them.
Yep.
And that was very, very fun, and that really kickstarted the whole thing. And Brock just thought, well, I'm gonna have a DJ. I'm gonna do the tank. I'm gonna do this. And I don't know how he gets the time to do all that. And then there's one day he goes, "Do you want to buy a DJ octopus?" He said, it's a 1-to-1 size. And it turned out to be a 1-to-1 size. And a massive DHL box turned up. It wouldn't even fit through my door. And basically, and I opened it, it just popped out a DJ octopus with its own stage. So I love his project. I love that whole idea. The VEVE thing should support him every way, and that's why we're doing what we're doing, is that to support artists, people who love storytelling. But he is funny. You guys need to hit him up on where that real billboard is, or there's something in real life.
I would definitely be getting him in a space to talk about that. And as you're talking about what was it called? Something curator thing on the VEVE Comics.
Yes. Oh, that's the one.
Right?
Curator.
Yes. So I know we had, I guess we could say Swaggle House was maybe the first of that kind of thing. Shout out to him, big community member now. And I can't wait for more of that kind of thing. Like I know my guy Doctor Strange in the crowd. Him and his friends have their own comics, so hopefully they'll get in on that. And then more independent artists realizing what Brock did and then wanting to not replicate but do something along those lines to gift collectors and reward them for not because they could be buying Spider-Mans and all this stuff, which is cool, but I think it goes out of your way to make sure you support independent art. And once again, if they own it, it's much easier for you guys to work together and say, yeah, we can do that. Let's figure out how to do it. Yeah.
I mean, Doctor Strange got, and thank you again. I received a box of physical comic, in New York, and I open it up. There's just so much good artwork and good storytelling that is outside that Marvel franchise or superhero. You guys would have seen that we have announced and released Dynamite onto VEVE. We have a Blaze, and I think we do Humanoid as being announced. It's all bringing different type of category of artwork to different superhero, different storyline. We want to have that whole mix. So independent artists and story writers, definitely when that curator program comes out, I think our comic category will be huge. I was a little bit disappointed that I missed out the Thundercat. And Dan told me you could have gone on 2 hours later because there was still some available. And then suddenly it just all went out like within minutes because word got out that you could get Thundercats on VEVE. That was something that we grew up and we love it.
Yeah.
So, just seeing different type of IP coming on that have both nostalgia and new artwork. And we want to do more, and that's what VEVE is. It take a long time. Don't get me wrong. It takes long time to negotiate with these publishers. But I think really the curator program and the independent artists will do well. I mean, if you look at Epico, the collectible of myself and Dan and Eagle came out. That was a very successful thing, and I think they're going to, without me telling too much, the team at Epico is working on delivering the physical toys to some of the early orders that they received, and I think they're going to do something else coming out. And we have a lot more in that program with them. So watch that space. There's just a lot of things happening with independent artists and VEVE. So please support them. I mean, even if they're not on VEVE, you should be supporting them because that's basically the reason why these Marvel comics survive so long, because the independent eventually start drawing things, covers for publishers like Marvel. I mean, Peach Momoko is one of my most favorite. From what she's doing now and moving into all these Marvel, she's been beloved with fans out there with her style of artwork. So watch that space. More to come.
Perfect. I think maybe Nino wanted to say something. Z-Rug too?
we have a few left, but they're getting graded, and those are going to be part of the level 100 program. I think as SDCC, I did announce that all the level 100 users at that dinner, they were going to get one of every graded comic at 9.8. So I think we reserve enough to basically award those collectors with everything we do. But going back to the question around the physical retail store, I own shops myself, and I always been pushing to have a store that is just VEVE related based in US, where we will not just sell our product, but really using that space to have meetup and so on. But we also have thought about it, and many of you, if you were in the trading card collecting or playing, for example, Magic the Gathering, there's all those, what we call it in the retail store is the organized play. So something we want to launch for 2025 is to find ambassadors around the world to help us run. I want similar to like an organized play where there will be ambassadors helping us to run programs in each country in different regions to foster that the collecting of VEVE. And when you turn up to these events on either weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, you get awarded certain things, and you get special awards being participant. So we are trying to build scalability, and we really understand the community right now is living in a digital space like where we are, and it's how we can really go out to these physical spaces and use them. So retail store is one of them, and we're hoping in the near future we'll leverage retail collectible store, comic store to run these events for us, or our ambassadors could be running that at sports club or at their home if they want to cater to have 10, 15 fans, VEVE fans to come in weekly to do the trades, to do the sharing the experience and so on. So it is something very important, and that goes to the part where you talk about that's where they can buy that physical limited edition items. But a lot of these products that we have launched, and just so everyone knows, everything that we launch in the physical space in the comic, they are limited. We only do one run. So once they sell out, we don't actually have any more, and we can't reprint them. We don't reprint them because we understand the collectability of it. If we think we could just print more to sell more, that's not what our mission is. Our mission is to make sure that these are collectible. As a collector myself, I understand the whole fundamental. You can't just keep overprinting and do edition 2, 3, 4 on these physical comics.
Thank you.
Yep.
Because I'm a big comic guy, and I can do so much work with those rare, ultra rare variants because they are only for VEVE. So the rest of the world don't have access to them unless they go to the cons and actually get them from you.
Yeah.
So that's why.
We got some really cool stuff coming out. I won't drop it here because I know it will be over YouTube tomorrow, and the publisher will probably write me a letter on 2nd of January to say why you announced that. But we have some really amazing things. Even I thought it was unachievable. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
The physical space, we've got some cool stuff coming. And we're not really just talking about the Marvel stuff. We're talking wide range of publishers.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's all I
That's
can
a
say.
good hint. That's a good hint for us. I think we don't want any trouble, but that tells us something to look forward to, and we're always good with that. Now, just because I know Nino won't plug himself. Nino is an amazing salesman on Whatnot. It throws on amazing shows, and I could see him having Whatnot shows for VEVE stuff down the line. Let's see what this affiliate program is going to be about. That will be getting talked about more soon enough. And yeah, I think we're gonna get And David, shout out to you guys once again. I've spoken with the guy, and a few of us have, and it's a breath of fresh air. Even the 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 amount of reach we have now, just as content creators, to be able to talk to Ben and say, hey, this is what we'd like to see happening, and then actually seeing it happen, like this affiliate program that they're working on right now. I honestly never thought I would see it. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I've been doing these spaces for a long time, but now it's been explained to me why it kind of took so long. But you guys also want to make things right, so I'm gonna try to bring as many of these people as I can. So I always say this: if you do spaces, if you're doing YouTube, like Nino barely talks about his Whatnot, but I went in there so I can vouch for him. Very entertaining show. I think they're gonna hit all markets. So, yeah, I'm very bullish on 2025.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Listen, I won't stay up too much longer. And once again, thank you for everyone who's listening and not even listening. You guys being our champion, our voice, throughout, and we're here for you. We hear you, and I hope everyone have a safe. Number one, that's most important, safe holiday period. I know there's parts of the world in summertime, there's parts of the world in the winter. So be safe whatever you're doing. Eat lots and be kind to everybody. And we look forward to speak to you in near future. I do believe in a few days' time I will be on another podcast. I can't remember.
We're not gonna.
Who it is.
We have to leave the surprise, David. You guys gotta tune in. You're gonna see where David is gonna pop up in the next couple of days. It's gonna be a very huge show. We'll say that for now because I don't think they announced it.
They haven't. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think I just saw it on my calendar.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been trying to get me on for I think over a year. I felt so bad. We've just been so busy.
Yeah.
There's just so many things been happening, and I'm super happy that we're moving, turning the pages to another chapter, and timing is just right. And I want to thank you again for putting this space together, having me on. And I apologize. Some of you guys probably have waited for a long period of time. I just thought I'd pop up for a few minutes, say hello. And thank you again.
No, this was great. Mahalo, he's got to go, man. And I got to ask the last question. Do we need
Please
to?
go.
Yeah, Mahalo, real quick.
Yeah, what do you think about that Terminator? Is Alex Ross going to be one of those covers?
What?
Let me
It's
ask for
breaking
it.
up. I can't hear you.
Let me ask. All right, the Terminator comic. And by the way, guys, yeah, a bunch of comics are gonna drop tomorrow, 9 PT. The Dynamite comics, and Terminator #1 is on there. The Boys #1, I believe, is on there. So everybody be ready.
The Boy #1 is on there.
Yes, Mahalo. That's true, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Oh my
David,
God.
at least this time you're warned. I don't know what time it's gonna be for you.
Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be
It's
middle of
about
the
3
night.
in the morning.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
We'll
I
we'll
know. So painful.
we'll save you a couple nice priced SRs in the VEVE app. Now, real quick, David, tell me your vision for the community and the app in 2025. Real quick, what would you say?
Well, our vision is to enhance more feature. We hear what our users want. We do have a whole list with our product team to roll it out. I don't want to say too much here because I know you guys are going to hold me to it. But the big goal is we want to improve a lot. And our big vision is that we want to make sure that VEVE First does come out and get traction and get users engaged again. So, I don't want to give you all everything I want because you might hold me to it, but I do have a big plan for the app for 2025.
Perfect.
And same as the team at VEVE here. Every single one is going to work hard and clear what our vision is for next year. So stay tuned, and you'll see them. You'll constantly see improvements, and hopefully you'll like them. We know that a lot of things didn't work or should be working that's not working, but we just need to prioritize on a few things.
Perfect.
Yeah, and until then, I hope you guys will enjoy.
And you know what? I remember last time this year we were in Spaces again, and David said he had a lot of plans for 2024. And honestly, all of those things that he was kind of mentioning he wanted to do did happen. And we even got surprises like Figpin, which came out of nowhere and became like a new staple on the app, which is really cool. Now, don't want to get you in any trouble, David, but I have to do this for the Omi homies, not Max and Janie, just Omi holders. Is there anything you can say for them in 2025? Because they've been obviously feeling forgotten for a while.
Yeah, definitely. There's reasons why we didn't roll out as much as we should or can, and the team is working hard. And part of the Ben's coming on board is to take a lot of my pressure off in VEVE, and I will be tuning in to the e-commerce side a lot more, and I have a list of agendas on my list already, which I need to attend to, and just watch that space. I mean, and Stacker has been a major supporter to bridge some of those goals and dreams that we want to have that utility, and we'll continue to be bringing out ways to have utility value on it. And we will be announcing a few things. And I get DM, I get messages, I read them, I know what people want. And likewise, just so our audience also understand, for us to achieve these, we need to come together and achieve it together. But it's not just one person. I don't make the full decision. All these projects is built on communities, right? I mean, you sing a lot of the projects out there. They are all community projects, and they come together and they build foundations for organization exchanges to see great things in good community, and they, eventually they get rewarded by, having a placement on the exchange or what have you not. So same thing here. We try hard. We fix few things. It was challenging for our team to get Coin Marketplace verified. It took a long time. The story behind it took the team about, I would say, nearly a year to convince them that the numbers need to be accurately recalculated and prove certain things were done. And so these are the important steps that part of that whole project to be successful is we need to get few foundations right. And we're working very hard on getting what people are telling us. I think I don't need to speak too much, but we haven't forgotten you guys on it. The job's not done yet, so I'm here to get the job done.
Perfect.
Simple as that.
Perfect. I think we'll leave it right there. And guys, if you haven't checked out Stacker, you got to see the tweet that came out today from the lead dev. His name is Lee. It's retweeted by their account. There's a there's an agent, an AI agent, right? That for the Stacker wallet, and they've already started testing it, like talking to it, like, "Hey, I need to know blah blah blah," and it'll answer you, like, and
Yes.
Dr. Prophet was telling us how you'll be able to do that with your collection. What's the price of the Todd Batmans right now, and it'll tell you, like, hey, there's a few sales happening this week and blah blah blah. Like, it's
Yes.
really gonna be helpful. So imagine all that stuff coming out soon. Let's keep supporting them as they build, and we've been here anyways, and we're not going anywhere. So thank you, David, for coming through. Thank you, everybody in the
Thank you.
crowd. So many people turned up, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, I told you guys the signal went out. I sent a bat signal out last night. Said the U-Man is watching. I didn't even expect him to show up here, but he did. And he will be on a stream or space very soon. So thank you. And David, one more time for the people who will be listening back to the clip. You want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays?
Merry Christmas to you all and happy holiday. Be kind and be safe.
Be kind and be safe, man.
See you in 2025.
And the quote of the day is, job is not done. The job is not done. Thank you, people. Peace.
Thank you.